Hey, I just wanted to grab your attention here. The question I often get asked is, should I be a general agency where I offer multiple services like websites, SEO, Facebook and AdWords, building sales funnels to actually provide a suite of services, or should I be a specialist in my area of expertise, niche down with my service and perhaps even target or niche down with my offers in the marketplace? So it's a great question, and there are pros and cons for both sides of the opportunity. However, when I was sitting down and talking about this morning with a consultant who already has an agency, who's been a generalist for some time, and what they're doing is they're working from project to project, so they're having to customize their service for each client that they work with. When you customize, this takes more time. You need to take into consideration your costs, your margins, your profit margins, because when you're being a generalist, you'll often find yourself doing work that becomes out of scope. So you're forced into a situation where you're doing extra work to try and complete work that you haven't taken into account for, in most cases, for your pricing or your offer. And so part of that is that you're offering, you may be charging hourly rates or offering hourly rates, and so the client's expectations also need to be in alignment with the service that you're offering. So being the generalist makes it hard to scale unless you're working on significant projects. Now, being a specialist is much easier because you can actually productize your service. You can build intellectual property or IP around this so that you maximize your opportunity to scale and leverage. And so when I sat down and talked to this agency, he basically sat there and said, look, I've been doing the whole generalist thing for years, but I'm kind of sick and tired of it. And you know, I've done okay, but nowhere near what I'd like to be doing in our agency. So when we sat down, we talked about this concept of being the specialist. I said, you know, if we were to pick one core service that you're really good at, what would that core service be? And he said, well, we're really, really good at building sales automation, especially adding that to databases. So a CRM function, sales funnel, basically to reignite or to run consistent offers to an existing customer base. As he said, we're really good at it, and we get amazing results for our clients. And so in doing so, you know, I said, look, share a couple of case studies of types of businesses you've done this with. And they'd done this with over a dozen businesses. And so I said, what do you normally charge for a project like this? And he says, well, for a project like that, we normally charge a setup fee, and we then look at a strategy fee, and then we look at the implementation of the campaigns and the automation. And so the fee that he was charging was about $70,000 for each project, and that didn't include the ongoing management of the campaigns. They would charge up to $4,000 to $6,000 a month to manage the campaigns for their clients. And I said, so what type of businesses would benefit greatly from this service that you've already worked with? And then he started to proceed to explain the types of businesses that they've done this for. And interestingly enough, there were a core group of businesses that were a similar type of business within the service industry where he successfully implemented these strategies. And so I asked him, I said, so if you were to go out to that market and just provide this service, how different would your business be? And he said, well, if we could just do that, the profitability and the margins are significant. We could probably take on a lot more clients, and because we've already got the processes in place, we're able to replicate that much faster. So in his business, he had the opportunity to become a specialist rather than a generalist. He was just afraid that by just offering one core service that he would be missing out or losing out on opportunities. However, the opportunities that he was chasing were less profitable, they made less money, they were more challenging to implement, they took longer to implement, and it was the fear of this loss that was stopping him from taking advantage of his opportunity. So in sitting down, he thought about it, he thought, you know what, we could easily do this. We could easily shift the focus of our business, become specialists in this area, and we know that there's a defined market that can generate a benefit. We also know other markets that are similar that can also benefit from the same process, and we know what the trigger points were in how we got these large projects on board. So understand that what he did was he realized that he could make far more profitability, work with clients that are more susceptible to get better results with the service that he provided, and he had the opportunity to make sure that there is consistency and also the opportunity to be able to scale and grow, because a recurring revenue model from that, if every client's paying between $4,000 and $7,000 a month, 10 clients, that's $40,000 to $70,000 a month on top of the $70,000 for each client that invested in the actual project for the market. So it wouldn't take him long to have a business that was generating $84,000 a month in recurring revenue, that was highly profitable and was in the $1 million category. He couldn't get off the call with me fast enough to sit down with his team to actually go through and run that project. So is it better to be the generalist or be the specialist? I believe that you are far more successful, especially even in the early days, even if you're at the 5 to 10 client mark. If you specialize in a service, a core offering, and then you have a key target market group that would benefit from the offer that you're making, then it makes it much easier to go and prospect. It makes it much easier to build your sales process around this. Also to develop a funnel that will attract clients to your business and maximize your opportunity to generate sales. So being the generalist, you have to custom offer everything to everyone. It makes it difficult to scale. It also makes it difficult to be profitable because you're not able to cap out your costs. Your costs tend to be variable and flexible, and then what happens is your profitability will suffer from that structure. So if you're really good at something, you're excellent at something, rather than open yourself up to multiple types of projects and minimize the opportunity for generating profitability, you want to focus on a core offer, a core service, a core target market. It enables you to scale so much faster. It enables you to actually engage and do business so much quicker for your business. So thank you for watching this video. If you've liked this video, please share this video with others. I really appreciate that. If you've got questions, post some questions on the videos here. I'm happy to answer strategy questions, ideas, tactical things. I'm more than happy to share with you. I'm always looking to provide you with as much value as possible on this feed. And keep an eye out for the 1914 Club. If you want to know more, hashtag Vegas, VEGAS. If you hashtag Vegas to us, we'll make sure we get some information to you regarding the 1914 Club project. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm actually right here. This is Manly Harbour, which is a really pretty place. You can see the ferries and the boats, and it's a nice little calm little cove that I'm standing on here on the east coast of Australia. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you on future videos.